It went viral recently about how women are prioritizing peace over low-grade, low-effort relationships with men. And the number one comment that I got from men was, well, fine, if you can live without us, we're just not going to protect you anymore. So first of all, who exactly are you protecting us from? Is it Sarah that we're afraid is going to break into our home and assault us? Or is it men? Is it men that you're protecting us from? Secondly, when women say that we'd rather have peace and safety, we're not talking about physical safety. We're talking about emotional safety. The reason there is an epidemic of lonely, depressed men is because women would rather be alone than in an emotionally unsafe relationship. I feel that we're in emotional danger when we can't be vulnerable and express how we feel. We're being constantly criticized or put down or ignored. For all the men run to the comments and say, well, we want to be valued too. Yes, you deserve that. But why are 72% of divorces initiated by women? And why statistically are women thriving in singledom and men are not? It is because women en masse are willing to put in the work, be self-reflective, and do what it takes to show up. And men simply
I'm learning that being a woman in her 30s who is single by choice is a radical concept to some people. So Valentine's Day was a couple days ago. It's my favorite holiday, has been for years. I planned this super cute solo getaway to Santa Barbara, like an hour and a half from where I live. I booked a spa day. I booked dinner for myself, like the whole thing. And I was so excited. And while I was there, after my spa day, I'm having a glass of wine. I'm playing Pac-Man while someone makes me a snack. I get a text from the guy that I've been on a few dates with, and he says, Happy Valentine's Day, and asks what I'm up to. So I sent him some pictures of the day so far, and I'm like, oh, I'm up in Santa Barbara. I'm having a great time. And he texts back like, what? Did you plan this? I would have hung out with you. You didn't have to follow like a quarter life crisis at PCH and spend a bunch of money. And I was so confused because I was like, what about this day looks like a crisis to you? I'm literally having the time of my life. I'm so happy. And then putting the pieces together, what I realized he thought was that I woke up on Valentine's Day, was sad that I was single, and drove an hour and a half away and spent a bunch of money to try to like make myself feel better.
Done, done, done. I am taking myself out of the dating pool. I'm done. Yo, when did men become bitches? When did men become bitches?
I don't get it when men say you're gonna grow old alone with cats, as if that's something that's gonna scare us.
In the 38 years I have walked on this earth, I've yet to see a single woman who is happy by social standards. When a woman is independent, self-reliant, confident, and happy, she's accused of faking happiness because no one is expected to be happy without a partner. I get blackmailed by men all the time, scaring me of dying a lonely and miserable death with my dead cats beside me. Except I have no cat or any pet for that matter. And there is something called retirement homes where old people bond with each other until death. I really don't feel frightened about their threats. But sometimes I want to be partnered up. I like the thrill of dating and experiencing new emotions. So once in a while put myself out there in search of a partner. Nothing too serious. Nothing permanent. Just a bit of fun and excitement for my mental and sexual health. However, finding a partner who meets my expectations can be excruciatingly painful. When I think of the time I wasted in getting to know someone, I feel like a fool looking for a needle in a haystack. The last time I was on a dating app lasted 2 weeks. I endured 2 weeks of obnoxious messages, of which 80% of them were short and direct. I want to F you. Yes, men think they are entitled to sex wherever and whenever they want it. Modern men are clueless about how to express interest in women. They're oblivious of the mental works of women's brains. Even though I engage in uncommitted sexual affairs, I still want to feel that tension during courtship. Hitting my inbox with a horrifying dick move is a major turn-off. It feels like the guy is calling me a whore just being a female with a vagina. So I deleted my dating app and focused my targets to face-to-face meets. Sadly, that didn't help much. Most guys I've met still expected a kiss or sex on the first 3 dates. I don't know what gives men the impression that every woman they date has a loose brain and would do as she's told. Or maybe that is all part of their entitlement as patriarchal masculine men. Well, if all women are whores, then this whore you are reading has an exquisite taste in men and she belongs to no one. Apparently, that's a problem for men too. They secretly want women to be community whores. They want easy prey but will shame women for having a high body count. You can't have a mind of your own and you can't object to what they say. And you know modern women are not the type to take orders, nor do we subject ourselves to control freaks. Today, it's more difficult to convince a woman to be a sex doll than it was 30 years ago. Women of today are dating with more intent and we are picky about the men we bring into ourselves. Before, if a man wanted a sex mate, all had to do was buy the woman a flower. But now, they have to drain their pockets to even get a kiss. You can say women have higher standards now than it was decades ago. And 61% of us, single women, are happy with our status and we are not looking to change that for fuckboys. Single women are actively reveling in their solo status as a long-term and enjoyable thing. However, men are mad that women are not readily available to tease their balls. But the question is, why does a single woman's happiness upset men so much? I have never seen men shaming single men or women criticizing single men for their bachelor status.
Oh, it's been proven. Men sleep better next to a woman and women sleep worse next to...
Hey, I want a real woman who cooks and cleans and helps with the kids. Hey, I want a real woman.
It's unfortunate that that's what it's come to, that that's the bare minimum.
Pretty low bar these days.
Somebody said there's a reason why there's something called passport bros.
That's it. I'm leaving the country. I'm going to New Mexico.
It's sad, though, that you have to leave the States because we are all so terrible to you guys. Somebody said, it gives me hope for humanity that nearly 50K people liked this. It is very positive. It gives me hope.
Why are men so obsessed with having women in relationships when women do better without men? The reality is that relationships benefit men more than women, and that is why men will do anything to retain that nuclear family structure. Men are aware that women have strong support circles and the fear of death isn't gender-based. However, men fear dying alone more than women, so they project their fears on women. The more important question men should be asking is why women aren't dating anymore. Maybe they can save their energy on bullying single women and focus on discovering themselves. Anyways, to save you the trouble, as a single woman who has received her fair share of bullies by men, here are some disturbing reasons why women opt out of the dating market. 1. We no longer have to compromise our happiness for anyone. Men get how liberating it is to be single. They know the comfort that comes with not answering to anyone or explaining yourself every single time there is a conflict in a relationship. This is why men feel threatened when women pull out of the dating market. They know that sense of freedom is addictive. When you are in that place of self-love, nothing else matters more than that peace you feel. 2. We can raise our children without male support. As a single mother, this is one of the best lessons I learned from my ex. Not only did give me the chance to raise my daughter to be as responsible as I wanted her to be, but I also got to discover my hidden strengths. I didn't know I was capable of forgiving, patience and anger management until I became a mother, broke and alone. So when I hear men say women are weak, I get confused. Because if anything is true, weakness isn't how I would describe women. All a woman needs is one emotional trauma for her to discover she's much more than a baby maker. Now if we're talking stats, women run 61% of households and we earn more if there are no children eating up our income. According to this study, childless women are 2x richer than women with children. It's no wonder more women are ditching marriage and staying single. 3. We enjoy a healthier mental health. Relationships involve selfless sacrifices. You compromise some comfort in order to accommodate your partner. However, women compromise more than men. Some women give up their careers for their husbands' and children's dreams. This is why more women are opting out of motherhood and committed relationships that will likely derail their academic or career ambitions. Most women in committed relationships are burned out with problem-solving, arguments, and time-restraining activities. However, single women are relieved of the physical and emotional burden of a relationship. I can spend all day by myself without human interruption on how I choose to spend my day or share space with someone I have to dribble my words in a conversation I don't want to have. 4. We have a stronger social circle than couples. Women are better at socializing when they are single. Researchers discovered that women who don't have a partner tend to do more social activities and have more friends compared to women with partners, whereas with men it's the reverse. Men without a partner tend to do much less of that, says Professor Emily Grundy, of the University of Essex. Also, different studies have reported that single women have more supportive friends and family than single men.
Reveals that women tend to be happier when they are single. Data analysts at Mintel say about 60% of women are happy with their status of single, while nearly 50% of men are satisfied going solo. The study also shows that 75% of single women have not actively tried to be in a relationship in the last year, compared with about 65% of men. So we're only talking of a difference of about 10%. But here's what the study says is some of the reasoning behind it. It comes down to work, and they say that in general it shows, whether you believe this or not, or this is true in your relationship, that women do a little more work when it comes to relationships. So we're not just talking about chores and cooking and cleaning, but the emotional work, Allie, that goes into relationships. So you can see kind of where that would be way heavily on the women versus the men.
Another report says single men are lonelier than ever and are in sexless relationships, which makes them more miserable than their female counterparts.
I always say the loneliest person is a single man.
In what universe?
In general, there are much more lonely men, and the loneliest person is a single man, not a single woman. Because again, if that single woman tomorrow decides, I want a man's attention, she can do a few things to make it happen ASAP. I don't care who she is. That man does not have those same avenues.
And you saying they not getting no action, Jackson?
None.
Wow.
Men need to step up or give up dating completely. Men are lonely because their expectations of women are ridiculously low. An average man expects a woman to cook, clean, and have his children. Although 70% of women can meet this expectation, most women won't give such privileges to any man unless he's more disciplined and cooperative than the average man. Unfortunately, men are not. They lack the relationship skills women look for in their partners, which isn't encouraging if you intend to build a long-lasting partnership. Most single women want men who possess good communication skills, who are emotionally available, and who have sexual control. If men do not work on achieving these skills, they will continue to have fewer dating chances with women. For so long, women have felt like something was wrong with them because they hadn't married, but now the table has turned. To bridge the relationship skill gap between men and women, men have to see intimacy, romance, and emotional connection worthy of their time and effort. It's ridiculously unattractive how men attack women's self-esteem when we reject their advances. It isn't women's fault that their egos and insecurities couldn't handle the changing social dynamics in dating. Men need to step up and build their values as women are doing if they want to match women's high standards. After dating for over 20 years, I have gotten used to spending time alone, and I love it. I work on myself and understand that happiness comes from within. The people in my life only add more value to the life I have created for myself. For middle-aged women who are targets of insecure men, you should know that your worth doesn't depend on your marital status or age. Stop thinking men aren't flocking to your DM because there's something wrong with you. Rather, they stay away because you are not easy prey. We are still vibrant and attractive as ever with a lot of wisdom to offer. That's it for today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more relationship tips like this one. Also, share this video with your friends and family to support our channel. Thank you for watching.